The sweet one.
Yep.
Is that the intro you guys have?
No, but this is a double sweet weekend. Where we've got 2 podcasts because I won't be here next weekend.
Oh.
Don't be freaked out. I'm gonna change this.
That's the school state to the flummery.
Get to the flummery.
To the
Flummery.
flummery.
Down.
Dominic, get down.
Speak into the microphone.
Who is it, Daddy?
Alright, here we go. Well, welcome to the Flummery, the Flummage. I'm Adam, welcoming our guests, Brooks and Addison, and we're happy to be here with you for the second installment of the Double Sweet.
The sweet one.
Yeah. Double Sweet Weekend on the Flummery. Of course, Lance is here, just showing up. He's a little late. Just kidding. That was me today. Do you like that? That's why my nickname is the Nemesis.
Yeah.
Good nickname.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so we're fucking, this is your motherfucking parental advisory, by the way.
Good way to introduce it.
If you're under 18, you probably shouldn't be listening to this. You should probably be surfing or something with this weather. Also,
It's hard to believe that there was a foot of snow on the ground like
Dude,
3 days ago.
that's ridiculous.
Yeah, unreal.
It is. There's still snow in my backyard, and it's like 65 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well.
Yeah, but your house is covered, is in the backyard of like all trees and stuff.
There's one
And dead
giant
bodies.
tree that keeps. Yeah, well, the dead bodies are under the trees.
Yeah.
They were there, planted there by my grandfather.
We'll keep it in the family, I heard, so it's good.
Do you think I'm trying to? You know what I'm trying to do right now? Is
I
I'm
don't
trying
know.
to find a goddamn introduction with all of our info on it.
Well, that's how prepared Adam came today.
Yeah,
So
I'm
we're as smooth as butter here.
smoother than you are, dude.
Yes, sir.
But you can find us on FaceTube and the U-Book and the Twits and the Tweets and Insties. What else?
That's a good plug, man.
It is. But check us
We
out
got all the Valley Girl slang for the
Dude.
socials.
during the week. During the week, we'll be releasing this one probably like next Monday, actually, because we're releasing the one from yesterday. This Monday, not if anyone's watching live, you know now what we're talking about, but the people who watch and listen next week won't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
They can see this episode now live, but
Doing it now.
it won't be on iTunes and Podbean until next week.
So guys, welcome.
Yeah.
Um,
Who do we have here, Adam?
We have Addison and Brooks from Firefight.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
This
Mhm.
I don't want it to sound like a theme, but I would like you to tell them the story of when I called your band the wrong name, because guess what I did?
What?
When I
Oh.
sent him a message one time, and it was
It was when he was first talking to me about being on the podcast.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There you go.
He
yep, actually.
he said, "Hey, I'd love to have you come on and talk about Throw the Fight."
I was in Throw the Fight.
Where was this
It's
at?
funny.
I've
Did he
got
just
it.
message you or
It
what?
was over
Yes.
Messenger, yeah.
Yeah.
And well, it's okay. So I don't know if anybody remembers the story about I went to that video shooting for Cold Kingdom the Break, right?
Yeah.
And Addison did too. And
Yep.
were you there?
I was not there.
Okay. I thought you might have been there. I tried to convince Lance to go, but he was very busy as usual.
I was working. I didn't want
Yeah,
to
you
take
were.
it off for that. So
And so anyway, the point is, I met Addison there. And I was like, this guy's pretty cool, and we talked about, well, it's not
like
necessarily
future
a
boyfriend
former
kind of
band,
feel
right?
cool,
It's
or
like
just
What?
a band name change, a little bit of change, right? But it's not necessarily a former band, right?
Are you talking about the current band that I'm in?
yeah,
Or what
yeah.
we're in?
Yeah,
Well, we were Sin City
Yeah,
Escape, and then
yeah.
we got a new vocalist, and now we are known as Firefight.
right. Okay, so it is.
So it's,
I mean,
it's the 4 main guys still, and then now we have a new singer. So
yeah, which I saw that video. It's pretty fun.
Ghost Inside?
Yep, Ghost Inside. You can catch it on YouTube. I think is the best place to see it.
Mhm.
yeah, it's on our
It's on-
Facebook too.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
And it's linked through your website too, right?
Yep.
Your
Firefight.online.
Yeah.
So everything we do social wise is online. So
Okay.
our
Yeah.
Facebook is
Yep. I saw that.
Facebook/Firefight Online. Twitter is Firefight Online. Our website is firefight.online.
Let's get into the little bit of the history of former band. I mean, I won't pry too deep, but between then and now, you had lost your singer, right?
Yep.
Correct? You guys, and didn't you guys go and record like in Tennessee or somewhere? Or?
We did. We recorded with Justin Reimer. We dropped an insane amount of money to do this thing that never quite got released. A lot of the stuff still didn't get released. So we ended up retracking some of the songs with Mike. Mike rewrote vocals to a lot of stuff. Some of the stuff we ended up keeping and just had Mike retrack. So yeah, after we
how long? Okay, when were you guys down there? How long were you guys down there for?
That was 2 years ago now. So the stuff we just released in December, we actually recorded all of the instruments for it 2 years ago, and we were down there for 50 days. It was some unreal. I don't even remember. It was a long time.
Wow.
I took 3 different plane trips down there.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
What did you bring for equipment? Just bring your guitars and stuff, and did they have the ring?
Yep. We brought that stuff, but we didn't. And I don't think we even used our own guitars.
Oh, really?
There was so much to choose from.
Right.
Yeah.
You had a
10 guitar cabs and 20 guitars.
Right.
And
so you had your options there.
Yeah.
That's cool. What studios was it?
It was Justin Reimer's Crosstrack studio.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Is there, so I guess when you do something like that, you go out and kind of research where you want to be, and why is there a reason you picked there? Initially, I should say.
Justin had some really good recordings.
Okay.
So that was that kind of set the bar, and he was the most engaged, kind of on the front end, and wanted to listen to demos and stuff, and he showed the most enthusiasm. So, and he was the same way in person too. I mean, we were there day after day, and he was kind of part of the band for.
What was
while
how was it? I mean, what did you guys do for a room when you were down there?
Whole bunch of different stuff. Yeah, it was different hotels.
Really?
Yep.
Wow, that's a.
We tried to be as suave as possible. I took out a credit card just to get like the free week stay.
Right.
You know.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like that kind
like
of stuff.
A perk for it.
Yeah,
that's good.
like, get this credit card, get a week stay. So we did that, and we ended up days right away. And so
God, it's amazing what people in bands do to get their stuff done. You know what I mean? Just get it out there.
Yeah.
And then
the cost, though, the overhead, the time.
Yeah.
All that investment is pretty.
How many tracks did you guys
cool.
end up doing?
Like
originally
11?
it was 11 or 12. Yeah.
I think it was
cool.
11.
And then how much did you use on the new album?
5.
Okay.
And we still have some of the other stuff that just doesn't have any vocals on it.
Right.
Because we ended up ditching the other singer.
Right.
If we end up using it, cool. If not, whatever.
It's kind of, it was so long ago.
We want to be diverse
Yeah.
with our sound and our, I guess you could say, emotion for the records that we were gonna make. You have to have an equal balance for every heavy song or 2 heavy songs. You should have a lighter song and vice versa, and kind of balance things out, like Lance said. So
gotta have that.
Yeah.
And your new singer, isn't he from another state too?
Yeah, he doesn't even live here.
yeah,
Doesn't?
he's from Ohio.
So is he flying back
Ohio!
to do the show then, or
Yep.
what?
So we work him to death. So he comes up every 2-3 months, and we try to stay super organized since it's kind of a remote.
You need
project.
to make it as efficient as possible.
Yeah, but we got digital calendar invites on what we're doing on what day when he gets up here, and it's go, and then we take a month or 2 off. We still keep up with their socials and plan what our next attack is, but we try to work him to death when he comes up.
And how did you find him?
I think Kyle.
Yeah. Our drummer Kyle, he became friends with him a few years back. Mike used to be in a band called The Paramedic.
Okay.
And they were signed to Bullet Tooth Records, and Kyle met him by them coming through on tour.
Okay.
He had a man crush on him for a long time.
So like he would offer his place up for them to stay while they were on tour coming through town, and he became friends with the whole band, but he was closest with Mike. And then when it came time for us needing a new singer, he hit him up and hell yeah, I'll come in.
Right. I remember hearing stories. I don't know if it's from you or somebody else that you guys had been talking to him for a little bit and trying to figure out how that was going to work out too.
Yeah.
How long was that process until that like fruition to like, okay, he's in our band now?
Yeah, it was a while. I think I was the hardest out of everybody in the band to to get the approval, right?
Right.
Because in my head I'm thinking like, okay, how do we make this work if
Right.
he is the
Especially
guy?
if he's in Ohio.
Yeah. And so we auditioned a bunch of people. Some people did a really good job. A couple people did a great job.
Locally?
Yep, locally. We had a woman from like Venezuela audition remotely, which was the weirdest thing.
Really?
We had
Sweet.
She auditioned with
like show tunes.
Yeah,
and
show
it was
tunes,
unbelievable.
Disney tunes.
Yeah, we had.
So she had a voice on
That's
her.
awesome.
Yeah, but it was like super.
But you weren't doing the Frozen soundtrack.
It was
at your
pretty.
next show.
Yeah,
it wasn't rock.
was
It
just
wasn't
pretty.
fitting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then there was girls that that were country singers that wanted to audition and stuff, and like it just wasn't what we were looking for, you know.
Mhm.
And so we had the good but not great, and then Mike flew in, and he auditioned, and by the time it was done, it was like, okay, fuck, he's the guy.
Yeah.
Like,
Now what do you do?
He-
yeah, it's like
he-
okay,
he
now we have
blew
to figure
us
out
away.
how do we make this work, right? Because he set the bar so high. It was like we have to start figuring out how this works with him over there,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah,
was he
it
up for
was
the
cool.
Was he up for the challenge? I mean, after the audition, I mean, was he like, yeah, this is what I want to do?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. And did he leave his band, or is he still with his other
No,
band?
they disband probably a year and a half, 2 years prior.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So, but it was crazy. Like maybe 20 minutes after first meeting him, it was like we had known him for years. That's how
Okay.
well he gelled and was comfortable. You know.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it helped that he was outgoing and ready to just kind of soak it in and be
Yeah.
part of the show.
For sure.
That's cool.
Yeah, he
Wow,
works
that's
hard.
interesting.
We tell him where to go and he shows up. So
That's
good.
It's just from Ohio, yeah.
You got to stay on that. Like, I mean, that's important, especially if you're dealing with a guy from Ohio and
Yeah.
you're on the same page and having that digital calendar and having everything squared away. Like, hey, you got to set some time out 2 months from now. We're gonna do this. And typically, how much? Like, when he comes up, how long does he stay? Like a week, a weekend?
Probably about a week.
yeah,
Yeah.
usually about a week.
4 or 5 days. Yeah.
So when he comes up for the concert at the Caboose, it'll be get some rest Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are recording days. Friday we jam and rehearse for the show. Saturday we do the show. Sunday we have a spa day. Everyone's hungover and tired and
Mm-hmm.
from working so hard, and we do that. And then he flies back home Monday.
Gotcha. Cool. I'll be
Wow.
at that show. Excited.
Yep, me too. Yeah, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna actually be a really good.
Divide
Really
the
good
Fall.
crowd.
Aren't they opening up? Is that the band that's opening up?
Yep.
Yep.
Are they newer? I haven't really heard much about them yet.
Yeah, I haven't either, but I like what I heard.
Yeah.
So.
They are newer. Matt DeMar. I'm
Yep.
sorry.
For you guys, right?
Yep.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, Glidden bass player.
Yeah.
And,
And
yeah.
then Blaine, and then Evan, Stevie.
Yep.
So yeah.
Did So have you guys? I mean, you guys have known the guys in Ann for a while too, right?
Mhm.
And is that? I take it that's how this show started. Probably.
Yeah,
is the two of
Glidden
you
put
guys
on the whole
talking.
show. That
Okay,
dude has
that's
been
cool.
the promoter for this thing since day one, which is awesome. I'm usually that guy if we're headlining a show, and it's cool to not.
a little bit more
What?
game.
I am. That's what
Did
I
you?
did. Yeah.
Cool,
I
man.
have to
Thank
turn
you.
them up now.
Sorry, dude.
It's cool to
Yeah.
not be the promoter, for a show that we're headlining for one. So it takes a lot of stress off,
Yeah.
and it's fun to watch some of the stuff that he's doing that's different than I'm doing. I'm
Yeah.
picking up some tricks from him, and so
Yeah,
kinda cool.
he messaged me like immediately when that show went on. He's like, "You coming, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, I'm be there."
It's almost harassing.
I think he was like, "Just But yeah,
Yeah, he sent me
Just
a
sending everybody
message. He said, "I've been instant messaging everybody on Facebook one at a time." I was like, "That's fucking great job." It's a
Yeah.
little bit aggressive,
Yeah.
but I like
he
it.
did do that. He did do
I'm
that.
surprised. Depending on what he sends, I'm surprised he's not getting flagged for spam.
Yeah. No one wants to flag Glidden. He's such a nice guy.
Well, no, I mean, because like there have been times where like if I send like a link to too many people, like,
Oh, yeah.
Messenger will be like, "Hey, you can't do this again for 24 hours."
Really?
Yeah.
I've never.
Well,
had
that's what they're upset about, huh?
Yeah.
That's what Facebook really puts its foot down about. Is you're sending too many of your friends some shit that you want to talk about.
Right.
Come on in, Russia.
But if you pay for the sponsored ad,
on
they'll
that,
let you do it
but-
all you want.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Just give us $5 and
Well, that makes
do your
sense.
thing.
Of course, that makes sense. The
Facebook.
almighty dollar. Yeah, I was thinking about something with both you and Ann. You know, not to dwell on them. They're not here, obviously, but I just noticed when you're talking about the social media presence and stuff. It's like there's other bands that I've heard of and listened to and like locally for longer, but I haven't heard as much from them, and you guys really, it's like you just show up, you know what I mean? Like
We
the
do?
presence, the presence is there. So how do you build other than Facebook messaging every single one of your friends one at a time? How do you build that up so quick?
Well,
It seems like a quick rise to, I would say, really well, just a good base of people that know exactly who you
Sin
are.
City Escape was a presence for a while
and they
before
were,
this, and
yeah.
obviously a lot of people knew that. So,
Okay.
and then they just, I'm sorry, I'm answering for you.
No, but please
But-
do.
But I mean, they were already a presence that was pretty prominent in the rock scene around here, and I mean, they went through a little hiccup and they found their singer, and now they're back on board, and they retained a lot of the fans that were already there. So it's what
Yeah, and we didn't have to make make a new page or anything when we changed our name. We just we changed the name on the page, and
Yeah.
then we were able to still hold on to all those fans and everything
Yeah,
that we
that's
had.
pretty
as
cool.
well,
The
so.
page, actually, the name itself got denied a bunch of times. We kept trying to change the name, and Facebook wouldn't let us.
Really?
And,
Why?
And then we found out the loophole. We had to keep the word Sin City Escape in it when we did it, so it had to be Firefight, formerly known as Sin City Escape, and then it let us do it. And then the next time we had to change it again and just remove that formerly known as.
So it was like a bridge
That's
to
a
do
good
that,
loophole.
like
Yeah.
a bridging process
Yep.
to do that, and that
Yeah.
was the way it worked
That
out.
did
That's
actually
that's the
work
only
out,
way they
too,
would let us do
'cause
it. Yeah,
Didn't we have to keep it on there for
we had to
a
keep it
certain
for
amount
like
of
10
time?
days or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's like
I
a
do remember that
weird
too.
stipulation in the
Yep.
like algorithm or something on that.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm pretty sure I saw the first post about that, and yeah, I remember it did say that, and then later I was like, oh, I wonder how long they're gonna do that. I do.
Yeah, we did it because we had to.
But
And it was probably a good
It
thing too. We
worked,
wanted
yeah.
people to know that it was changing, because
yeah,
if we change the name too quickly, we'd probably lose fans that just
thought you were a completely different band.
lost
Right.
who it was in the
Like, who
process.
is
Yeah.
this? Yeah, there's a little kind of like a, I wouldn't say healing time, but like a transitional time or something that you
Which is
just-
why we called the album that.
transitions.
Yeah. That's exactly why. It was us getting a new singer, having this new kind of next level vertical.
Yeah, you guys pumped up the gas a little bit on this one compared
Yeah.
to the other stuff. So
It's good.
We didn't have to do anything. The singer did it all.
right,
Yeah, he just showed up and it was like, yeah, that'll work.
Yeah.
Almost every take it was
and
like,
you guys recorded at F5 House, right?
yeah,
Yeah, with
Wally
Wally.
did all the
I think
vocals.
we visited when you guys were doing vocals there. that
That's
one.
right. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
We
you guys
stopped
did.
it.
Where's the tell me about Five Houses.
Well, I mean, when we were shopping around, we pretty much shopped around 3 different places, and then Wally was the guy that worked with these guys on like the vocals on their new stuff here. And F5 is northeast, like pretty much right along like 94 going north there. It's like Broadway, just north of Broadway there. It's like right off there. That's a pretty impressive studio. Like I never realized that was there. There's another guy that's an engineer there. I can't think of his name right there. He's like some Finland guy that works there. That's an engineer that I've talked to a few times too. But it's a nice studio and nice vocal booth. I heard some of the stuff when I was going through there before they released their stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, the vocal booth is awesome. Wally's actually tracking the next 3 tunes right now, so we did a bunch of guitars on them a couple weeks ago, and when Mike comes up, we'll hammer those out.
Yeah.
Too,
So you're recording with him again.
Yep.
Do you do the guitars there, or do you do it at your house, or where are you doing your?
We redid all the guitars there,
Okay.
so we demo everything. We get it as close to ready as possible.
Do you do dry tracks at all?
No,
No.
we could, but they never seem to translate when you just send a DI to something.
Right.
So
Yeah. Yeah, I do. When I when I record, it's like a wet track and a dry track, and then if I want to try reamping it, it's just you got to get the performance down. So
Yep.
so
Kind of match the performance to what you make it.
yeah, you just got to make sure your performance is good, and if you want to make it sound different, you can just reamp it with a dry signal, just loop
Yep.
it back in. So
we probably could have, but there were things that we wanted, like the studio magic
right.
aspect to
Yeah,
happen.
yeah.
So when we're in there and suddenly things are sounding better, maybe a part changes or something.
Yeah.
So
And and it's nice to have another ear on top of that when you're
Yep.
doing it too. And like, oh, maybe we should try this or that, So
Right.
yeah,
Oh, you guys have spent a lot of time in the studio now. I'm thinking about the 3 of you here,
Yeah.
honestly. And then you guys did your whole album, right? And how long did the getting that finally together take?
and that was stuff that you used from part of it from Nashville, right?
Well,
Was it a culmination, or did you guys do it all, redo it?
musically, everything was done in Memphis,
Okay.
Except for voices.
except for Voices, the last track on the
Which-
record. That was done in Chicago. But everything was done in Memphis, and then when we brought Mike on board, we picked up, or we chose which ones we wanted to keep on the record, and
Because you weren't using them all.
then he retracked vocals, just what they were for some of the songs, and then he rewrote vocals for some of them as well.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, we didn't want to fix what was broken on certain songs, or you know what I mean. What
Yeah.
wasn't broken
Did you
on
write
some
some of
songs.
the lyrics on that too?
I did.
Okay.
Yep. So that's part of the reason we were able to keep a lot of the lyrics on some of the other stuff.
Right. It wasn't totally on your former singer. It was.
No.
Yeah. Gotcha. Cool. And what's the next step? You said you're doing a couple more. You're like doing 3 more songs right now.
Yep. So we have
You're gonna be playing them.
a slower one that's got a lot of like slower piano parts and R&B type stuff in it, which is a cool new element for us.
Mm-hmm.
Another one that's very anthematic, sounds like kind of an opener track, and then one that's stupid heavy, probably heavier than anything we've ever done by far.
For sure.
Yeah.
Cool. Everybody likes that.
Like just off time, genty kind
Yeah.
of stuff, and
A little After the Burial in you.
a little bit, yeah.
My favorite band. Love them.
Yeah, I love them too.
Yeah, they get.
They're recording
I
right
can't
now,
imagine,
too.
I can't believe they get
Nice.
do.
Actually, their singer just got married in Florida this weekend.
Oh, really?
Anthony, yeah.
Can't believe they can do more than one song in a row. It's non-stop.
Yeah.
I'm like,
No,
holy
that band
shit.
plays like 35-minute sets and they're done.
This is the crowd is tired even
Yeah.
after.
So
Did speaking of After the Burial, did you guys notice our sponsor? Did we
This
talk
one?
about Rap Snacks
Did
yet?
you guys see Rap Snacks yet?
Our
Is that real? That is not real.
It's a real thing. It's not really our sponsor, but
It's not. It is a real
So,
bag of
I love the
snacks,
name.
though.
I love the name on here.
Yeah. We'll say it.
Barbecuing with my honey.
Yep. That's the flavor.
is
That's
it pronounced
awesome.
barbecue? Or is
Like
it
Quin is Quin,
Like
with
barbecuing?
with a little asterisk.
Like
at
I'm
the
going
end. Not
barbecuing?
asterisk, but what do they call it?
Apostrophe?
umlaut?
Apostrophe.
An accent?
Unreal.
Romeo Miller. Have you guys heard of Romeo Miller? He's supposedly a hip.
I can tell you
artist.
something about him right now that you probably didn't know.
What?
Is Master P's son.
Really.
That's
you
what it
serious?
said. Well, that's what it said on the internet, and I
You could have
believe
told me
everything.
anything, and it would have been my first time.
You know what's
hearing it.
funny though? Here's the deal. They feel like chips. We don't know yet.
Because it says
But it
snacks.
says snacks.
There could be
It's
a
not-
bunch of
doesn't say-
Gardettos in there.
Yeah,
we
it
don't know.
doesn't say chips. It just says snacks. I mean, I think we're just gonna keep it intact.
I
like
think it's
this.
brilliant. They're probably all broken
One of
by
my
now.
one of my bouncers at my work gave this to me. He's like, "Here, I hope this cheers you up." And I'm like,
Totally cheered me up.
Kind of cheers me up quite a
kinda
bit,
does.
actually.
3 days in a row now, I've been cheered up by that.
I'm taking a picture of that before we go. That's
No.
hilarious.
Speaking
Yeah.
of that, I totally, just in case anybody, we're sorry, I did not get a picture for Instagram of Ben, the show with Ben yesterday. We will definitely get some pics
Mhm.
of this
Yeah,
one.
we needed some pics with
Yeah.
you guys before you
Sorry.
go on our Instagram.
Are you checking out the Nooch
Yeah.
facts? Nutrition
I'm
facts?
trying to figure out what the play is here. Like, is this an actual
Straight
snack or
marketing.
is this like a marketing thing selling a record?
I think
'cause-
it's got to be chips. There's like,
Because on the back it says barbecuing with my honey. My pops taught me to keep your head on straight. And there's a picture of him in the vocal booth, right? So
Yeah.
is this how he's trying to sell his record? Because this is definitely original.
it's
Yeah.
like, I think that the chip, whatever chip company makes these, distributed by
Frito-Lay
Rap
is-
Snacks Incorporated. Nope, it's just Rap Snacks.
That's amazing.
Wow.
And
We need our own chips.
That's
James
hilarious.
Lindsay, president and CEO. This is quite an amazing market.
If it was Firefight chips, would it be really spicy?
They've got
Fuck
the
That's what,
cayenne.
that's what I'm thinking.
Oh, yeah, like ghost pepper.
Ghost pepper.
Yep, and we like give out free bags to everyone at the show, and we just watch them sweat.
Yeah. Just going
sweat. Ooh, you get the real salty scrum if you did
The other gift we have on the table is Adam's idea. Of
You're
it,
the most ungrateful. Like, it's a completely standard gift to give somebody a bottle of
It's
alcohol
great,
as a thank you.
but I don't like tequila, so that
Did you leave me this bottle of tequila? And I'm like,
I was
yeah.
very confused.
Literally, I'm like, that's a weird question. And then he's like, why? I'm like, it's a
What a
thank you
jerk.
gift. And he goes, I fucking hate tequila.
It's my
I
least
just like
favorite.
lost it. I was like, of course. It's
I
freaking
can't drink it
laughing.
either.
It's-
Again, I'll throw up.
I had one experience.
I mean, of course, it's my fault too, but my friends didn't seem to think it was a problem. I had already been like projectile vomiting in the streets. They're like, give him that. Oh, good. That was when I lost it on the bar. So that was their fault. Totally their fault.
I gotta double check something.
All right. Are you recording? You better be fucking.
You hear my computer?
Mm-hmm. What's that mean? Are you restarting?
No, I'm just double. I mean, it seems to be in and out.
Okay.
Fine. Get it.
Anyway, moving on. So tequila, the worst present ever, I've discovered.
Yeah.
It's gonna seem like I gave it to him because I hate it and was just getting rid of it.
Or you
but
hate
that's not
him.
why. It's close. We're close. We're close. Yeah.
You getting there?
Yeah. Every like half the day. Yeah. And then the other half, we're good.
Not quite a full day of hatred.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
We do a lot of poking and prodding at each other, so it's pretty fun.
You guys have a cool setup. This is awesome.
You know what? I'm really pumped about it. He went and got the table, and obviously all I did was buy a couple of microphones and I think a couple of lights, and he pretty much set up everything else. So yeah, it's pretty sweet. We think it's a decent sound. And how'd that work out?
It's going.
Okay. What was the issue?
I just think that the internets were not flowing really well at that point.
Oh, the internet was just being shitty.
Yep.
Kind
And
of,
that's out of my control, so I don't
yeah,
know.
it's not going to affect the rebroadcast, right?
No, it should be
Or the re-release. Or
No, it's fine.
what do we call that on the show?
I don't know,
The
hiccups.
Let's do the
Dropout?
rebroadcast. No, just like when we send it down on Mondays and Tuesdays.
What? When
I'm
I
saying
bounce
like
it down
the
to an
export,
audio
yeah.
file?
Never mind.
Tell me, Mr. Technical Guy.
No, I was wondering like what should we call it? Like our when we redistribute it for you guys.
There's no real format to podcast. You just roll with it.
Yep.
Right?
I like it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'd be fine.
You guys seen any good movies? We like to talk about movies. And it's not always about, we're not going to just talk about the band the whole time. We're going to plug you at the end. We're going to have some fun. We're going to talk about some fun stuff.
Did you say that right?
I don't know.
Okay.
I saw Black Panther about a month ago.
I haven't still not seen that. You haven't seen that?
No.
What did you think?
It's awesome.
I saw it.
Yeah.
I thought it's totally awesome.
Yeah.
I actually. So, did you go just yourself, or did you have a couple friends, or with your wife?
No, my wife and I, we go down to Arizona every March. My parents own a second house down there, and they go down there
Nice.
a couple times throughout the winter. So we went down there to visit them and some other family members, and then a bunch of us went to Black Panther all together.
Yeah.
It was pretty great.
Sweet.
Do they have booze at the theater?
At that
Yeah.
one?
Yeah, it's one of those.
That's a new thing now.
It's one of those reclining chairs. You can
Oh.
order food right from your chair.
We've got
You like
one,
the
a
theater up
mile
here,
from
Brooks?
I do. Yeah.
That's a good
Do you
theater.
live around here?
Yep, I do. I'm the neighbor. I'm
You're
Lance's
in
neighbor.
Fifth.
He lives like 4 blocks away.
He
from
lives
here.
on
For
13th.
Yeah.
Yeah, I live. No. Yeah,
14th.
14.
Addison
Sorry.
sent me the address. I was like, dude, that's like 4
We
blocks.
can walk there.
we honestly could have. We drove just in case, but we got here. It was like a minute and a half drive.
But you want to drive just in case you get real drunk,
Yeah.
and then you can get home quicker. But-
So, we're gonna have some bonfires.
How long
now.
have you lived here now?
My wife and I bought that house 4 years ago.
Okay.
Now. Yeah, so quite a
Oh.
while.
I must have seen you around.
I
then.
don't know his name offhand, but the drummer from
From
AS
Def Leppard only has one arm.
lives in this area too.
Oh, Joey Steele.
Doesn't he? Does he live in this house?
From what band?
AS.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My old.
We should
band.
start a
His
South
whole
St.
band.
Paul cover band. We'll play it like the VFW
Yeah.
and
Dude,
shit.
that'd be badass.
Even the Crow. You can play down at the Crow. They got a stage there too.
I'll
Perfect.
do background singles to that Rolling Stone song where they go. Never mind. It was
Crash and burn, huh, Maverick? Or
It was gonna be
Slider.
no. You're a slider and you stink. I'm fine. I can crash and burn.
Oh man.
I got a bunch
Okay.
of acoustics. We got a fire pit.
We should.
There
You
you
know
go.
what?
You can walk home. So
Right.
yeah.
What we could do
Stumble
is just
home.
set up
Yep.
speakers at your place and speakers outside here and just blast
Yep.
like the 3 blocks.
He's
in
literally
between.
on
the
he's
radius.
literally like here on 5th and 494 over here.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So we're on 8th here. Yeah, 8th, 7th, 6th, 5th,
Yep.
and then one block down.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, that's nice. Just
Yeah.
any time you need to go somewhere, just whoop right on the freeway.
Yep.
It's awesome. I like that. I'm only 3/4 of a
Where
mile
did you
from the
grow? Where are
freeway.
you from originally?
Hager City.
Okay.
So Red Wing.
Nice.
And
Do
Addison,
they
where are you
have
from
a
originally?
strip club there? Don't
They have, that's I get that. If anyone's ever heard of Hager City, that's the first thing they say. That's
I've heard it, but I don't know exactly where that's at.
I think it's because of the
It's a
the
small
quality
town. It's
of
a
the strip
very
club.
low quality.
Isn't it
strip
right
joint.
next to Red Wing?
It is right next to Red Wing.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh,
So
okay, yep.
the town itself has 1 gas station, 0 grocery stores, about 6 bars, and a strip joint. That is the economy of Hager City.
That's
Born and raised.
capitalism, baby.
Yeah.
Tourist attractions.
Right. What about you, Addison?
I'm originally from middle of nowhere, North Dakota.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I've been in the cities for this June will be 10 years.
Nice.
I dated a girl from North Dakota. She was a really good drinker.
You know where
She's from Minot or something
that's
like that.
where I'm from.
Right.
Well, I'm from about 20 miles north of Minot.
Yeah,
but yeah,
she's not.
How dumb am I that I'm thinking that's the capital for some reason?
that's very dumb.
What is the capital of North
Bismarck.
Dakota again? That's right, Bismarck. Something about it made me
Kidding.
think it was the capital. No doubt.
Should we give you a test at the end of the week?
I don't, I will,
At the end of this podcast.
you know,
Yeah.
when I was in school, I did good at tests. Now I'm a stupid idiot. So I don't know what to do.
You had a long night too. That's okay, buddy. It's all good.
I'm almost 40 and my brain is like going to shit. On
Where did you go with your wife last night?
Our friends in Hudson.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I like Hudson. It's a fun town.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
good town.
Oh, we had a good
I
time.
love
And-
getting away over there.
But it's nice because we brought the kids, and it's 3 families, and we've each got 2 kids. Well, 4 families, and we've each got 2 kids, and they're all fairly close in age, like within like a 4-year, 5-year span.
Mm-hmm.
So the kids just, when we all get together, the kids get to stay up a little later. They all run around. We're like, get back downstairs.
You have kids, bro?
And then,
I have 1 kid.
You have
Yep.
1 kid? He
Yeah.
has none yet.
None yet.
well,
Yeah.
You planning on having
congratulations,
kids,
by the
Addison?
way.
Huh?
You planning on having
should-
kids?
Yeah.
Yeah. Eventually.
Don't, hey, wait, just wait. So congratulations, first of all, because it was how many months ago now that you got married?
About 6 months ago,
About 6,
October, we got married. Yeah.
And yeah, so I just know that because of Facebook, of course. And but then you've got about 6 months in, you're traveling, so now you know when you have the kid, you can't do that anymore.
Right. Yep.
It's awesome, but wait like 3 years. Go see 2 foreign countries and then do it.
Ugh. That's expensive.
Yeah, I know, but that's why
Being
you
in a
need to
band
not
is
have the kid.
expensive.
Yeah,
too.
this is the most expensive thing I've ever done.
Yeah, that's true.
How old's your kid?
He's just over 2 years.
Okay.
Cool.
So the wife's out getting him power wheels right now, actually.
Power wheels.
Yeah.
Like the little ride cart thing?
Yeah, the
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So she's getting him one of those right now, so we can lock him in the backyard and he can just do his thing
Tear
while,
it up.
while I
Awesome.
spring clean. So
Just buy him a 4-wheeler.
yeah, like a little 50cc.
Yeah.
Tearing it up in the backyard. It looks
Sure
like
you
you've got a.
That
Gotta
would
get
be
a helmet
kind
with
of
that,
awesome,
too.
Yeah.
Are you planning on having any more?
Yeah.
Cool.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, we had 2, and 2 is for me. I was like, yep, 2. That's it. I'm actually gonna go. Should be this year that I
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Get it snipped.
Get
Yeah.
another haircut?
Well, yeah, I guess you call it that. No, my vas deferens.
Oh,
cauterized.
Yeah.
I think is what it is.
I actually watched that on a channel.
Why?
Procedure.
Why?
Do you guys know? You guys know Rhett? Well, I've seen it like that, but have you ever watched Rhett and Link? Good,
No.
good mythical
Yeah.
morning.
Yeah.
They went and had that done,
Oh, that's right.
and they had
Okay.
an episode
That
on
makes
it
sense.
too. But I've also seen the actual thing. They just snip, pull it out, cut, cauterize, stick it back in. So good to go.
My friend had it last year, and he said it
just
was,
feels like a burning or
it's pretty rough
like,
for a couple
"Ah,"
days.
Yeah,
but
it's a little
it's-
sore.
he
I mean,
said
I
he
haven't
did-
had it done, but
He walked around holding his balls up so that they wouldn't go like, you know, and then
Guys
but
do that anyway.
right. So, rap snacks. All right, so, but yeah, I guess that's like that's in line with what I wouldn't watch, along with that one lady who had her, colon cancer on surgery on like
Ugh,
60
no,
minutes.
see,
or
I
something
can't
like
really
that.
handle that shit.
What you just said you watched?
I did. That was like,
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. It
You
gets
watched
to
a man
certain
get his
point.
balls chopped.
Yeah. Well, not his balls chopped. His little connect. I mean,
The wire.
This little guy right here.
Yeah,
You know?
The tether?
Yeah.
There's ramen noodles.
The procreation
Yeah.
wire.
And there's a lot of that stuffed in there.
Didn't anyone think that in health class when they bring up the picture of what they like look like in there? Just think immediately ramen noodles.
Because speaking of ball sacks, I have something really, really
bring
funny.
it, Brooks.
No,
Oh my God.
This
I know
guy
where-
can segue.
This
I
is
know-
absolutely amazing.
I know where he's going. This is awesome.
So I got a Facebook spammer hit me up the other day, and before this I watched a TED Talks, and he said, "So this is what happens if you actually respond to a spammer," and it was so fucking funny that I decided to do it.
Okay.
And so it was like Sharon Rose from Facebook in California, which I knew it wasn't. Basically hit me up and said Facebook's giving me a prize, and I have to pay like $5,000, and I get to collect like $5 million or whatever. So I played along with it.
Believe.
I get to the point where
For sure, that's real.
I'm playing along. I get to the point where they're asking me for credit card information. And I happen to be at home and know how to use Photoshop. So, I fucking go in to Photoshop and I pull up just any old credit card off of Google and I replace the stuff. And I called the header of the actual credit card that I made was called Ballsack Trust. And then I put in
Sack with SAK.
Yep. Ballsack. I should just find the picture. So it's Ballsack Trust. The credit card number was 8675309, 8675330 or whatever it was.
Jenny's number.
Yeah, it's Jenny's number.
You got it.
Yeah,
You got it.
you got the number on the wall. And so it works. And now it gets to the point where I'm trying to see how many times I can get this spammer to say ballsack. And it's literally 2 days worth of text back and forth like, we can't get your Ballsack account login to work, and
Jesus.
it was so funny.
Oh, that's awesome.
Holy fuck, that's
And
great.
to the point where like
You
when
have
I
a picture
wanted,
of the card that you made up?
I do. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Did you send the card picture to
I
them
totally
too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. So I couldn't print the thing, so I went like this, and I held my thumb up to the computer and tried to like size it up so it looked like I was holding the credit card in my hand, and then took a picture of it.
Yeah.
It's absolutely hilarious.
And he was telling us
shit.
about this, and he was
here it is.
screenshotting
And it's
it.
the worst Photoshop job ever. I don't know. Can you see that?
Well, it'll be a few seconds here.
I can
'cause
see it. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Pass
hilarious.
that on. I'm going to see that when you...
But he was screenshotting this conversation to our band chat, and all of us are just dying on the other
Ballsack.
end.
I love that you used your full name though. Still, like,
I even took a screenshot. I went to
did
Google
get in
and
there.
I googled the Ballsack backpack. You guys
That's
have seen
fucking
that,
brilliant.
right? It's like it's a bag that you put on your back that looks like testicles. And then I sent a picture to the spammer and I said, "This is the Ballsack backpack. Hard to believe they're the same company, right?" And like, like I just went on and on. And,
Oh my god, that's great.
That's
Did
pretty
you-
good, dude.
You know what you need to do? Be one of those, like, go on, what is it, like, uply.com or whatever on Facebook and get a viral thread going of that.
yeah.
You know, sometimes they'll have, like, you've got to go next, and there's a million advertisements.
What is the name of the app you use to log into your account? It's called Ballsack Trust. And then they said, "You mean Ballsack Trust?" They actually recorrected my spelling because when I made the actual card, I didn't put a C in there for Ballsack. It was just SAK.
Yeah.
And so they actually corrected my spelling for me, and I said, "Yeah, sorry, I meant Ballsack Trust."
With a K, not a CK.
Yeah. And then they take a picture of the card and send it to me right now.
You gotta be fucking
Yep.
kidding me.
Yeah. It was
Send it to me
unbelievable.
right now. Like, how?
Didn't she call you? Or
She tried to call
So-
me. The
so
spammer
called-
tried to call me, and then I tried to FaceTime him back. I said, like, "Hey, that's a great idea. Like, I can voice verify," and then they never answered again, and like, it was a whole thing.
I can't believe it went on so long.
yeah,
That's so great, and that's how desperate
It honestly
greedy
would have
people
went on
are.
forever. Like, so
Right.
my favorite part was the ending, and so I said, "You know what a ball sack is, right? In America, it's the equivalent of a nut sack." And then I sent like the actual textbook definition. And they said, "Are you kidding?" And I said, "No, it's fake like you. Ballsack Trust is a company I made up on my computer. Ballsack is an American slang terminology for where your testicles sit. Sharon from California would have known this slang immediately as it is common American culture. But as an American, I was able to keep you engaged talking about testicles for 2 days straight. I even sent you pictures of testicles, and somehow that wasn't a clear indicator that I'm kidding you." And then I changed
backpack.
Sharon's name to Little Ballsack, and I changed my name to Big Ballsack, and then she blocked me. It was amazing. It was the funnest thing.
She's like, I don't have to put up with
That's
this.
fucking great.
Look at the irony.
Yeah.
So good. So good.
That's great.
I felt good about it.
Yeah, you
You
should.
should. That is like, but
That's some
that's,
determination right there.
I
too.
swear to God, that could make you money virally. I think it could. Talk about band funds right there.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
That's a good fucking story. Like, well, if those cops, like, I saw the one where this cop calls a guy back, you know, and he's obviously like a fake, not selling something real, trying to get his money, and he's like, oh, and at the end he tells him he's a cop. He's like, oh my god, click, you know, and if that'll go viral, then that will definitely go viral.
Unbelievable.
That's good stuff.
I actually have another one. It's not on this phone. It's on my personal phone. This is my work phone. Another one. It's an email thing, but the guy asked me like name, address, value that I wanted, and I said like, you mean my net value? I'm worth about $3.6 million. Is what I said to the guy. And then he sends me this fake check that has my name. It's like Brooks Brostofferson. I just made shit up, and he actually sent me this fake check that says I can go cash it at the bank for $3.6 million. But again, I have to give him money first before I can cash it. And so,
oh my god, that's great.
So that's like my new thing. I've been just messing with spammers.
How many people does that? It must work on so many people if so many people are doing it.
And not everybody's the same, and not everybody's that intelligent, and like so that something's going through that they keep trying.
When I see it, I actually get a feeling like, oh fuck this person. I'm like, I know this is fake, and I shouldn't be upset, but I'm like, I get upset, and I get like a little red. You know, you get that feeling like in the back of your skull, right? A little tingle that tells you like, this is fucked up. There's no way.
Like, fuck this guy.
Like, who doesn't have that? Isn't that weird?
That's part of why I wanted to do it. I wanted to waste so much time that maybe they potentially miss their next actual target.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Just waste as much of their time as possible because they earned it.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, exactly.
Disgusting.
I can't believe people are that disgusting to do that to other people, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing.
Well, I guess it's better than running down the street and yanking somebody's purse or something. But
well, that happens
I guess
too.
it could be worse, actually, with how much money would be involved
Mm-hmm.
in some cases. Is it just, are they just trying to find the old person that's got like some memory loss and maybe can't
Well,
figure
not
it
even
out?
that. Just somebody that's dumb enough to do it. I mean, there's people out there that do it. You know.
Do you ever watch the show? I've seen about 6 or 7 episodes, and I can hardly watch it because I'm just like, what the fuck is the matter with you? The cat one, the catfishing.
Catfish, yeah.
Oh,
Have you ever seen that?
Those
show?
are great, yeah.
I've seen a few episodes of that.
I love those guys that do the show, and they're always, you know, they just give the person the room to either hang themselves or make themselves look great, but they don't, you know, judge them and stuff. They're just like, oh, I think maybe you shouldn't be doing this.
They're just lonely and
and I mean, so good for them that they don't turn it into a big freak show type thing. But it's so frustrated watching it. Like, oh my god, where are your parents? And why hasn't any one of your friends told you this is total bullshit? You know what I mean? And I so you've seen that show?
oh yeah, we've been talking for a year and we're in love and like
Oh, we're so in love.
It's called catfishing.
Catfish. I think
that's the
it's-
terminology. When somebody pretends to be somebody else on social media.
It happened.
Oh, I had no idea.
I mean, neither until that linebacker, Monte Teo.
Oh,
He ended up, he was like the star linebacker coming out of college.
Oh, the guy that was all and then he was fake. It was all fake
It
stuff,
was
right?
a fake woman or it was a man or a woman, I don't know, but they were pretending to be his girlfriend, online girlfriend.
Yeah.
And then they had like some news. They must have turned it into the news and said, hey, this guy's totally getting catfished. And yeah, so his life was like, he's embarrassed now in the locker room, I'm sure, for a year at least. Like, I was in a catfish relationship. Great. All my fucking teammates think I'm an idiot.
weren't they
You know.
together for like 2 years?
Yeah,
Well,
it's some
supposedly
ungodly amount of
together.
time.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
That's like me saying I have a girlfriend from Canada, but you know,
And they've never met in person.
yeah,
She loves me for who I am.
she's always been there for me. She lives in Whitehorse, Yukon territory.
Well, that's White Horse Yukon. Is she in Wind River?
Yeah, that's in Montana, I believe.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Is it actually that movie Wind River? Is that based in the actual?
It's a real
town.
It's a real
Because
reservation.
they were trying to highlight that shit actually happens frequently.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a true story, but
It's based on the fact that a lot of
You guys
Native
seen that
American
movie?
women get taken advantage of, and
Wind River with
Mm-mm.
Jeremy Renner.
No.
I recommend that. It was one of the best movies I saw last
Is that the
year.
one that just came out not that long ago that also had the oldest Olsen sister in it?
she might look like an Olsen sister. Is it an Olsen sister?
No,
for
she's
I
real?
not.
thought she was.
No, she's not. But I know
But
who
she
you're talking
does
about.
kind of
She's
look like her,
blonde.
doesn't she?
I'll show you who she is, but I don't think she's not what Addison says. But yeah, I know what you're saying.
Oh my god, the scene. There's one scene in there, and it involves pistols and guns. Just is so well done. I was like, holy shit! Now that was a scene. Yeah, it's a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
The theme of the movie is, thought provoking, and then the movie itself is very good too.
Yeah, it's kind of shocking.
Yeah, I love those like snowy wilderness type things too.
Did you ever see what is it? Into the Gray or Out of the Gray or something
Is
like
that
that?
the
The
wolf
Gray?
one?
Or is it just The Gray?
It is.
With
yeah.
Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
With the plane crash and they're all the workers and then they have to fight off the wolves.
Yep, and
Yeah.
he's
It's
the
a
only,
very
only
specific
one
set
that...
of skills.
Yeah, that's a great movie. This girl you're thinking of.
Parts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks exactly like an Olsen sister.
Yeah, she's not Mary
Who is
Kate or
that?
Ashley.
Who is that though?
Elizabeth Olsen.
Well, no, I didn't say one of the Olsen twins. I
Oh.
said an Olsen sister.
Oh,
Elizabeth,
is she related to the
she's
twins?
an Olsen. Is that related?
I'm pretty sure she's
Okay.
older than the
I
twins.
just assumed you meant twins. Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
I didn't know
alright.
they had an older sister,
I
but
didn't
yeah,
know that.
that's-
Another actor in the family. Yeah, I didn't know that she was related.
well, she looks like it.
Addison dropping the facts.
Jesus.
Yeah.
There you go. We'll take it. We'll take
Shame
it.
on Lance.
I didn't know her name. I don't do the names thing anymore.
Younger sister of Mary Kate and Ashley.
Oh, she's
Olsen.
younger. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
How old are those two now?
I guarantee you,
30,
is considerably
I
less
think.
fucked up than they are too. 'Cause she seems pretty legit. She seems pretty legit. You can just kind of tell.
Well, the other two are just like they do like
Drugs.
and like clothing and stuff. And
Yeah, they're in like the New York fashion scene. Right?
yeah,
Yeah.
And I
she's cute. Though.
would never let my daughter do that. I'd be like, it's just as bad as anything else. Don't do it.
Just and neither in anything that involves a pole.
Wow. What about if she wants to work as a farmer and she has a pole barn?
That's Pull, not Pole.
I just learned something new too. I had no idea. I thought it was a pole barn, like because it was held up by poles.
No,
It is.
But it
it's a
wasn't
pole
ever,
barn.
and that's why I was always
Why
confused.
is it not? Why is it a pole barn?
I don't know.
Are you sure about that, bud?
Let me look it up.
Look it up.
He makes shit up.
Just-
Now he's
no,
gonna
you
fact check
talk about-
himself.
You talk. You talk. I look up. All right, bud. Yeah, and pole shed. Oh,
Oh, you're right, and I'm wrong again. I'm done. I'm just...
I've got a pole shed with a
I have nothing to offer
shiny metal.
this podcast anywhere.
It
I
is
fucking
because it's
suck.
mainly just poles on the inside, right? Is that?
It's like the bowl in a china shop. I always thought it was bowl in a china shop. So I was always like, I never. For years, my wife was like, "No, it's a fucking bowl because it wrecks everything." It was like, oh,
I'm sorry.
Like, it was just like-
so loud. I'm sorry. So
that
awesome. dude.
oxymoron light in your head just goes off, and you're like, "Oh,
That makes
Huh.
complete sense.
yeah."
Bowl in a china shop. That sounds nice. I wonder what the etchings look like.
So then the other part of my brain went, well,
so entertained by that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
so China must just be plates then, because there's this weird bowl in there that's not supposed to be there. Then it's probably not
You
China.
don't really need a like. You don't really need a bowl for rice. You're like, so you're
Hmm.
like examining all the
Yeah.
things around it. Oh, it's so good.
Okay, so a pole barn is a farm building with no foundation, and it's erected off of like poles or whatever. So they'll just put it in the dirt and whatever
Originally-
the footings and.
Originally patented in Poland by Ralph Esch Polski and
Yeah,
his
this
wife.
is a short, and when you say Poland,
Meredith.
just take off the E and the A, add the A and D, and kind of shorten it up. Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Yeah.
So pole land.
Polski.
Yeah.
This is going south quick.
I have a
It's not
tendency
Pole space A and D. It's just you know.
Poland.
Poland.
The worst
By Disneyland.
amusement park ever.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to Poland. Right next to the Bunny Ranch.
Okay.
All right. Wow, we did it. We went there. Okay.
There. Now how do we get it back?
I have to stop. We
That's
just you had a good segue earlier. You work on those and we'll. And then here's a map where there's a Menards.
What?
Midwestern Pole Building. I googled it, so I'm just saying. The Pole Barn Studio. Come on, that sounds elitist to me.
That's where they train the girls for the Hager City strip joint.
Oh, so Hager City, why do I always? Okay, you know that campground that's on the island there,
Yeah.
and it's that bar. What is the name of the Harbor Bar?
Yep. Played a lot of shows there. That was my hometown territory.
It's not weird, okay, but
It is weird.
he okay. I'm starting to think it's weird because I put 2 and 2 together about a certain strip club near there. A friend of mine told a story about a Jamaican woman that was stripping.
Sure.
Okay, which all kinds, right? And it was a great story. Bad for her, good for everybody else, I guess. And anyway, he goes on to tell me that story, and I'm like, yeah, the guy from the Harbor Bar like gets work visas and stuff for like Jamaican people that want to come up and live up here and work,
does,
and
yep.
they make a shitload of money too.
They do,
So they get to go home and they're like thousandaires. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
That is very true.
which is I think good for them. But then part of me thinks that somebody, I don't know, I'm not gonna say it's the owner of the bar or something, but I have somebody in that community. I think because there's always a Jamaican stripper at.
Yeah, they might just
Like somebody's
Migrated over.
taking advantage of
victimizing
that.
one of them, or
That's probably their choice. I know
Yeah,
I know the bar owner.
it
What's
probably
the bar
is
called
their choice.
again?
So it's probably
The
not
Harbor
him.
Bar in Hager City.
It's got
I'm
a
just
strip
guessing
club in
somebody there
No,
purposely goes
Yep.
to the Harbor
No.
Bar and is like, hey, you'd be real good on our
Yeah.
stage.
They're there. They come up for the summer to make money. They go back in the winter, and
I guess if you're gonna strip, you should probably do it in a different
and so the
country.
bar owner actually goes. He spends his winters in Jamaica,
Okay, but so he really loves Jamaica.
and he brings those guys back up in the summer. And then when they have like the flood runs and stuff for the
Mhm. Yep.
motorcycles, it's authentic Jamaican. So
Yeah,
it's all great food, great Jamaican food, and
no pun intended. I love the jerk chicken there.
yeah, it's really good.
It is, and
Yep.
it's like the real. It's not like a sugary sauce you'd get in a store or something.
No,
with
it's
some
legit.
spice in it. It's like more of the runny with the actual the seasoning.
It's the seasoned like
What are those
almost
seeds?
vinegar water type.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's phenomenal. I do get that chicken sandwich there
Yep.
almost every time if I'm there.
Yeah, they've been on Food Network. It's that good.
Yeah, it's very good.
Is this it here?
That's it. I've played shows right where
Yeah.
that grass is on that picture. Yeah.
he's got a reggae fest too.
Yep. Reggae Fest. They used to have a rock fest down there. We played it almost every year.
That's cool. I went to Reggae Fest once, which sucked because I had by then, in my age, I had stopped smoking weed. So but I got a little buzzed up, and I was like, God, maybe I should have a joint tonight. I'm like, nah, I better not. I haven't in so long. Why start again?
Then you just hit an edible up, didn't you?
No. I just bit the legs off a gummy bear and called it a day.
Call it a day.
That's still one of my favorites. God, I could just eat the legs off that thing. You're gonna be messed up.
You guys got any plans this summer for any other gigs or later? Or are you gonna? I mean, are you guys trying to getting back to this a little bit? But after this show, which if nobody knows, May 19th, right
Mhm.
at the Caboose.
Yeah.
But after that, what do you guys have planned out?
We don't know yet. So we're just trying to get through this. So like the kind of short term and long term goals. Our goal right now is to get these next few songs done, get the show done. Now we have more content to release and figure out what we want to do with it and how we want to tackle
Yeah.
it. So
Okay.
How do people? Since we did segue back into it, good job, buddy. How do people get your album? Or I should say
Anywhere.
when
iTunes,
and where?
Spotify. As of 2 days ago, it's on every Touch Tunes and AMI jukebox in the
You
country.
got on
I saw
Touch
that
Tunes?
post.
Yep.
That's one of the hardest things to get on.
Took me 4 years.
For real?
I had to make
Yeah,
a lot of friends, and yeah,
How does that work?
piss enough people off, and eventually they let you do.
So when I'm at work tonight, I'm gonna look that up and play some.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on there.
Hell yeah.
I saw that post and I was like, that's not like most people don't do that.
No,
Have that going on. What's going on?
we,
Can you explain that at all, or
like
what's that process like?
A lot of work. You gotta have your shit together. You gotta understand copyright law. You gotta make sure your stuff's copyrighted.
Mhm.
All nerdy stuff, ISRC codes, and your PROs, and like your performance rights organizations like ASCAP and BMI have to be covered. And
Mhm.
you have to have a publisher, which would normally be a record label. So we have our own kind of pseudo record label that publishing just falls back to the band. So we have both all the kind of that stuff organized, and then I had to make a lot of friends.
Wow, that's cool. It's
making a lot of
paid off.
contacts and just talking to the people, like the right people in the company within that company, or
Yep.
So do they pay you for that?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, what is a share? I mean, like songs are. If it's not a well played
They're like
song, it's like
40
50 or 75 cents or 50 cents a song, I believe. So what
It's $1 a song minimum.
Oh, really?
Yep. So this royalty, we did it before. We were actually getting ripped off really bad before. We put a single on there a couple years ago, and that deal was a 3/4 of a penny deal. So Q1, when we first dropped our White Flag single a couple years ago, we had 2,000 plays in the first quarter, and I think our royalty check was like $2.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was 3/4 of a penny per dollar. This one's better. I'm not sure exactly what TouchTunes gets out of it, but the split between the people on the back end that place it in the TouchTunes take 40%, and then we get the other 60%.
Well, that's good.
Oh my god, that's way better.
Yeah.
And so
It's a lot more lucrative than like an iTunes, because if people are on iTunes, they'd probably rather just go to YouTube and stream anyway. You know what I mean, like a Spotify or something. So it's kind of hard to get people to buy stuff on iTunes. But the cool thing about TouchTunes is there's that kind of bragging right. You know, hey, it's my friend's band, or even myself. Like if there's 100 people in a bar, I can go like play our stuff, and I can kind of shove our music down people's throat for the low price of $1, which is kind of awesome. You know?
Yeah, so, in a setting where people are drinking booze and enjoying themselves, you might as well just. I mean, if you're in that area, just like fucking listen.
You guys should just do it.
And if you have the TouchTunes app and you're near a bar, you can just load up the whole record
at the bar,
whether they
here,
like it or not. If you're there or not,
a song at B52s and Boulevard and maybe even
I've considered doing
Jerseys and
from here.
The Crow.
I played.
I can hit them. Yeah, I got the app. I mean, I could.
That's funny.
Yeah, you can open the app. We're on there right now.
Lance and our friends were at his place of employment, and I can get the jukebox from there at my house. And I knew they were all there, so I started
This is
playing.
a typical thing. Mark Reese, who owns B52s, does this to me as well. So
and I
go ahead.
I played in like kind of tandem for a while, but then like 3 times in a row for one and 3 times in a row for another. Tiny Dancer and the Weather Girls. It's Raining Men.
Yeah.
They're like, I was like, and about 45 minutes later, I was like, how's the music going, you guys? And they were like, and one of my friends was like, no fucking way. How is this you?
Yeah.
How is this possible?
that
And
too,
I was
Charlie.
like, I'm laying in bed right now, totally
Just
fucking
play
with
Madonna's
you.
first album
Like-
on repeat.
B52s, I'll play like Culture Club. Do you really want to hurt me by Boy George and all that stuff, and or what's that George Michael song I played?
Wham.
Faith.
No,
Wake Me Up Before You Go.
So wake me up before you go.
the one with the sax.
Oh, Careless Whisper.
Careless
Oh yeah.
It used to be on our soundboard. It goes every time you load a song.
Didn't Seether do a cover of that song?
Yes,
Yeah.
they did.
You ever seen the Careless Whisper?
The saxophone
naked
guy.
saxophone guy.
He's barely wearing anything, and
Yep.
he's got the mullet. And
Yep.
he's just in the
It's
middle of
amazing.
the mall and just killing it.
Have you ever seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's great.
Great idea.
Stands
too.
up on a table and everybody's like, "What the
Yep.
fuck is
Busts
going
into like
on
a
here?"
college math class
Yep.
and just starts playing the saxophone.
Like, what the fuck?
That is
That's sweet.
those are great videos.
I like those pranks, like the harmless, fun pranks. Sometimes I see some of the other pranks, and they're just like these brutal pranks. Like they got these 2 guys like hook a bicycle up. Oh, dude, I'm watching those like motherfuckers are gonna get arrested.
Yep.
Like they run wearing certain garb, certain culture, and they throw a backpack at somebody sitting on a bench, and then they just start running the other way.
Yep.
And then it goes,
They dress
run,
up bad.
boom, run.
It's like Logan and Jake Paul and those numb nuts doing weird stuff too. It's just like,
Yeah, they're gonna get shot one of these days.
Yeah.
For real.
yeah,
But
they're-
the other one I don't like is these 2 twins that do they hook up like a bicycle to a
oh, I know
like
you're
a
talking
line, like the
about. Well,
front.
they have the electrocution in the seat
yeah, they
or
do
the
that.
heat seat.
Well, that one's not as bad as this one. They hook up like the front end to this rope, basically. They get drunk people who are going to steal this bicycle, and then
I've seen that.
get on the
Mhm.
bike, and they're like, ka-chunk, and then just fucking launch into the air and land on the floor.
Yeah.
Ground, like, oh, what the hell's going on? And just come out. Ah! I'm like, holy fuck, that's really mean. I know the guy was gonna steal a bike, but
yeah. Do you ever see the one where they leave the back of a like a truck open?
I mean, I laughed my ass off.
with like the like the sliding door of the loading truck,
Oh, that's brutal. Yeah.
and then like two guys will get in because they're gonna like they'll put boxes in there because these guys will like go in and like steal stuff, and then they shut the door and lock it, and then they take them on a fucking joyride and they're flying all around in the back of the truck.
They're like, hey, let me out
Wow,
of
I've
here.
not seen
You
that.
seen that?
I haven't
No,
seen
I
that one
want to
either.
though.
Adam, pull that up.
All right, I'll try and find it. Go on with whatever you guys were doing, and I will try and find that.
Downtime on the Flummery.
No, you can keep talking.
No, I
Lance,
know.
and
You
engage our
excited
guests,
for the new
please.
Avengers?
Yeah. Here's the thing. With the Marvel universe and all the comic stuff coming out, I'm kind of like a little bit over it. I don't know.
My wife's got our podcast pulled up on the 50-inch.
Oh, really?
Nice.
She just sent me a picture.
What about you, Addison?
I think my wife is watching at home.
No,
too.
I mean hi wives.
Hi, wives.
What up, girls?
What a
Hey, girls.
I'm trying to
are
find
you
a short
excited for
one.
it?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know, I was pretty happy with the new Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, that was funny.
That was a fun one.
Mhm.
It was done a little different too.
Hmm
I like that.
One.
Threw a
Bait truck
twist to it.
boxing thieves? Is that it?
No, there's a bunch of them here, but I was gonna go with the shorter one, but we'll dig in here. I'll turn the
Yeah,
volume off for now. There you go. Well, let's see what these.
Yes, we got something so freaking exciting for you guys today.
Oh boy.
Oh my god, I can't even start to explain. We're at the Home Depot right here. Let's make that.
All right, so they go on to explain. I'm sure that they're gonna lure some people into a truck, and then let's see what it looks like.
Oh, that's way too
They-
long.
I know that's my kind of.
They coerce them in, or is it people that are trying to steal stuff?
They're trying to steal stuff out of the back of the truck.
See, then to an extent, I'm okay with it. Then, like,
Yes.
you were about to be a big asshole.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
this is great.
That's fine with me. But
This
when you're
is
driving
karma.
when you're driving by people with like a paintball gun
I'll
and
just
shoot
let it
them
roll.
around
That's
the corner,
not cool. No.
No, you should be going to jail for that shit.
Yep.
Don't we know somebody that was involved in that?
Who?
That was part of the story. His Mike's friend was doing that. Remember
Mike.
his minor story?
Shooting people
Oh,
with
Mike.
paintball guns.
Yeah. Oh.
What?
One of our friends he was part owner of B-52s. One of his friends pulled that prank where they paintballed somebody. It's not cool.
No, it's not at all.
It's not cool, man. You could fucking give somebody a heart attack doing that shit.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm
Is
just,
this it?
So they just leave the U-Haul open, wait for
I'm
people
just-
to
yeah.
just snoop in there.
I'm just letting it roll here. Guys, get down here.
I think that's about the
Gosh.
5th time this guy has
Put on his sunglasses.
taken his sunglasses off and
Is
then
he-
put them right back on.
Is
in
that
the- in
David
this video.
Caruso from fucking CSI? And that's
No, we want you to
How
be
you
that
catch a
asshole David Caruso, like from Jade, like from the movie Jade.
yeah. See,
Well, that is a fucked up way to think.
So this guy, this guy,
This is fake, right?
this has got to be fake.
No,
Dude's
this
wearing
is-
a Santa hat. I mean, I guess somebody wearing a Santa hat could potentially have a better chance of being a thief.
I guess
because it's not
if
conspicuous.
he has the the what's the word, the sci-fi abilities that Santa Claus has, or the magical abilities that Santa Claus has, then yes. Okay, so here we go. These guys are locked in the truck.
Hey, get through it! Get through it! Get through it!
All right, go.
Hey!
Oh yeah, we caught ourselves a farmer.
Jesus,
Hey, we're taking out
why are those guys in the city saying varmints?
so shit!
Yo, should we go this way?
This looks fake.
It does look fake, doesn't it?
Why is he looking under the boxes?
Too excited right now.
Yeah, that's fake.
What the fuck?
Great, I picked the fake one.
Oh wow.
I'm just gonna let it roll
Yeah.
in the background for
whatever. YouTube is such a suckhole, and it brings you down fucking so many
It
different
does.
avenues. You know?
Yeah,
It's
their
crazy.
algorithm, like over the last 6 months, has improved a lot. I watched like one video about how our world could potentially be like virtualized, and like we're living in like a virtual matrix type reality. And it was like, it was well produced to the point where it's kind of believable. And all of a sudden, my YouTube feed had like 6 more of them, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna click on another one. And next thing you know, that's the only thing that shows up on there, and I'm freaked out now.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like
I've got
Facebook,
a lot
too.
of Sasquatch going right
You look
now,
up
I'm not
shit that
lying.
you like want to maybe buy, and you're on Facebook, and you're like, you still interested in this? And it pops up in your
That's
Facebook,
weird.
and you're
That
like,
freaks me out.
You know,
Oh, so
because it's reading all the shit off your computer.
You know who
I
starts
had
that?
I had
It's
something
cross-platform, too.
really crazy happen to me not that long ago. Going off the like if you Google search something, all of a sudden the ads will show up in your Facebook
Yeah.
feed or whatever. I literally thought of something one day. I was like, I wonder if this is whatever, this and that. And then the next day I was Google searching. It auto-filled what I had previously thought. It was the creepiest thing.
Is that because a bunch of people were searching it, or was it just
I don't know.
we're like, let's throw this at them?
I have no idea, but I remember thinking like, how the fuck did they get into my brain?
That's crazy, isn't it? And I see that a lot too, where you're, especially on Google searches. I wonder if they've got to be farming your stuff from your internet for that Google search, right?
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
obviously.
It's
Yeah.
all cross-platform
Yeah.
too. If you have an Android phone and you have Chrome pulled up and
Yeah.
YouTube,
Well, I
it's
mean,
all.
You have your Google account on your phone in there, and then even if you're searching something on your phone, it's gonna pull up on your
Yep.
Facebook or whatever, because you're obviously your email, your Gmail or whatever your Google account is tied to it, so it's there.
Yeah.
You know.
Was a girl at Target a couple years ago. She swiped her Target credit card to buy a pregnancy test, and she lived at home with her parents. And then within a month, they started sending like baby ads to her house, and that's how her parents found out she was pregnant. And she ended up taking a Target to court, and it was a whole deal.
Wow.
She
I
probably
was
she
actually
probably
just
would have
thinking
won. She
about
won
that
that.
story
I would
because-
imagine she would have.
Yeah. she
Did
probably
you read
It's
that
an
in a book?
invasion of privacy.
No, I work in the cloud computing space.
Okay.
So like that's
Uh-oh.
a common trend is like security and
And that's a
privacy
story. That's a true story, and it's. I read about that story in a book called The Power of Habit.
Sure.
And they go through the whole history. It's a guy from Iowa that went to work for Target, and he was kind of the mastermind behind this whole new campaign. And then, farming that information
Yep.
and sending people that stuff. And that's true. The guy got pissed off about his daughter being pregnant and found out from Target.
Yeah.
Oh my God, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
It's kind of sad
Yeah.
for her.
What? I guess. I mean, she had
I
a
don't-
kid. She got a nice
Yeah, I
little
mean,
kid out of the
if
deal.
she was, if she's going along with
Maybe
the
she was in
pregnancy,
love,
they're gonna
Lance.
find out at some point.
She was in love. Was it a teen mom or was she older?
I don't know. Yeah, they don't really go into that. I think
She must have been under her parents' roof at
yeah.
for some.
it should be
No.
any age now, but
Yeah. She
I'm
could have
guessing-
been 30. Who knows?
Yeah,
I'm guessing it was 20 or less if he's gonna be that pissed about it.
yeah.
Yeah. If she's 30 living there, he's probably pissed anyway.
Like seriously, now you have to get your own place. I'm not gonna listen
Yeah.
to this fucking baby cry every day. I'll come and give it candy when it's time.
Candy.
Giving
Take
candy to
this-
the babies.
Take this candy.
It's a little creepy.
Take this candy. Look how good their algorithm is.
Thanks
Look
for
at
the
his number
candy.
54 stuck right in here. Number
This is still going.
3. Yeah, I
Yeah,
just
you're
let it roll. This is such bullshit.
It's way too
Here's
low.
how I know it's fake. Okay.
Because there's Chewie.
Chewie was out there. Oh,
Must-
I'm excited about the new Han Solo movie.
Why the fuck aren't these guys just sitting down? Sit in a fucking corner and relax. Like that's how you know it's fake. Eventually they would just sit.
Yeah.
Meet me?
Beep beep beep. What? Okay, what were we going on? We were going on Solo.
Hey, so my wife is watching and she just texted me. She's like, when we have kids, he is not babysitting. No candy.
I have 2 kids. I'm saying that's the grandparents' role, just to be clear. But I totally understand. I don't need to babysit your kids. Oh my god. He's not invited. It's like not only is he not babysitting, he is not invited to birthday parties. He is not invited. Take him off the list. Mama says goes.
SpongeBob, stop smoking them goddamn cigarettes
Yeah.
in front of those kids.
Anybody want a shot of tequila?
Woof.
Kill you.
No, thank you.
No, I'm good.
Should we do that?
What?
Like just for the show?
No.
Let's do it, you guys. Let's all barf
Can't do it.
on the flummery.
Be like that scene from Family Guy. Just everybody.
How did you guys come up with the name?
Oh, one of my favorites.
What's that?
How'd you guys come up with the name for the flummery?
Lance, what? Oh, do you want? Go ahead.
I don't know. I think I was just looking up terminology, and the flummery is like I think the first definition is like a baking good or something, right? Like something to do with baking. And the other one is just
The first definition is like a flaky pastry
yes.
thing,
And
then
And the second one was like meaningless
banter
or
and empty compliments.
empty compliments. So
when he brought a list of like possible names, I remember, and we sat there and we talked about it, I was like, I remember thinking the flummery sounded pretty cool, and I was just like, yeah, that's a unique kind of sound to it, just the way it flows. And then we looked it up.
yeah, well, I mean, I had known by that point, but I think you were tossing.
I was like,
at that
this is
point.
fucking great.
I don't know. I like the name.
Yeah, me too.
It's a fun name. But it just means a flaky pastry. So whatever.
Sounds like it might be like a name brand brewery or like a microbrewery.
Yeah.
We're working on all
Minneapolis
the
somewhere.
merchandising aspects.
all
And
them
pod snacks.
Get your own microbrew.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should get some
Cartoon versions of your guys' face on the
Get some
the
wrap
bottles.
snacks.
I think you just take a picture
instead of wrap
like
snack,
this.
pod
Yeah.
snacks. You can do pod snacks.
Pod snacks, yeah.
Yeah. How annoying would that be? We serve out like pod
Oh,
snacks.
I've
on
got.
there
You know what?
and
We'd have
just
to
start
change it.
crunching it on when you're fucking doing a podcast.
I think we do weed gummies and call it pod packs.
Doesn't sound illegal.
Little packs of weed gummies, but there's like 15 packs
We
in a
should just
box.
do Tide Pods too while we're at it.
I don't think that
That's
one is
technically
way
still
more
legal.
dangerous than the other.
Serve up some Tide
The only
Pods.
difference between our Tide Pods and their Tide Pods would be one, ours would just be marketed as something you'd want to eat, which is a bad choice, but why not if you make the money? No, weed snacks,
Weed snacks?
pod packs,
Yeah.
gummy pods.
Are you guys? Is your band gonna get into the?
It'd be hilarious.
The wrap snacks?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
How do
It's
you
not
do
a
it?
complete no at this point.
After seeing this, Romeo Miller knows what's up.
Might buy a bag of 100 and just see how well they go
You
over.
put your singer on here. You know.
Yeah, it would be hilarious.
You know how you can save yourself money though? Just walk through the Doritos
Or would you
aisle.
put the whole band or just the singer?
Probably just Mike.
Mike, yeah.
Just walk
He's
through
got
the
this
Doritos
gaudy
aisle.
looking gold chain we can put on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go through the Doritos aisle with a pack of pre-printed Post-its and just put them on there.
Check out Firefight.
I've thought about strange ways of marketing. This is years ago. I thought about getting a stamp and then stamping like a bunch of $1 bills, like links to your websites. Probably illegal as shit,
Yeah.
but how can they prove it was you?
Right.
Like, I don't know. But it was some super fan or something.
Yeah,
Like,
like, dude, like I totally appreciate it, but that wasn't us.
yeah,
I bet
You know?
they could prove it.
Years ago for
probably.
for
The Secret
An
Service? Isn't that who deals with that? Like counterfeit type stuff?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Done with all my beverages, you guys.
What was that? What were you saying, Addison?
Go ahead, sorry.
No, that's fine. Years ago, for one of my old bands, one thing that we did was we would walk around the Mall of America, and we would be on an upper level, and we would just throw business cards over the railing.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Toss them.
I mean, you got the age, most of the people are in the age range you want. Younger, probably less than 40 when at the time, right?
Yeah.
Unless they're
So-
walking into Barnes and Noble.
Is that, do they have one there?
I think so.
Actually, that was I was in the band with Ramona.
Oh, these worlds
shit,
collide.
we didn't
Yeah.
even talk about that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I was
That was pretty heavy, wasn't it?
I was the drummer for like
Yeah.
a year and a half.
Wow. Yeah, I only got to see that band one time, and they were playing at the Caboose when they had their. They were under Zero Budget Records.
Mhm.
There's a bunch of bands that played.
I don't know if that's
that
the name
show.
I would pick.
That's a local. I mean, that's a record label in town here.
It's funny though, like when you be like, I want to go with like bigger budget record company.
So who was all in that band?
Not
She
Zero.
was dating the guitar
funny.
player at that time.
For a
right?
while, yep.
What was his name?
Matt.
Okay.
Let's just bring all that out.
Right.
Here we go. Ramona.
So
But
what we're talking about?
at the time that I was in the band,
Fuck you,
it was-
Matt.
How
I
long
was
did the band go for?
I don't even know.
You know, I mean, I don't even really know. I guess I never asked her that.
I'm not exactly 100% sure how the total duration of the band myself, but when I was in the band, it was myself, Ramona, Matt on lead guitar, and then Zach on rhythm guitar, and another guy named Matt on bass.
Okay.
Karen Bohmbach.
And you played-
Kara, I'm sorry. Kara or Kara? Should I say what she said?
What's your wife's name?
Take your shirts off. My wife.
How long ago was that?
My wife. Sorry, go on. That just popped
It was
up.
probably 2009-ish,
Wow.
somewhere around in that area.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So
How did you find
early
this?
on,
Like a ad,
when you got up here?
or did you know somebody?
Actually, Zach and I went to IPR together,
Oh, okay.
and then we got to talking through that. And I had another musical project that I was playing bass for, but nothing really ever became of it and never got off the ground. But he mentioned that he was looking for a drummer, and I said, well, I kind of play drums. He's like, well, why don't you come jam with us? And
Right.
I did, and they're like, hey, do you want to be the drummer? Sure.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, sweet. So how many instruments do you play?
Just bass and drums.
Cool.
I used to play piano
You're the rhythm guy then.
and trumpet, but
Did you ever win the John Philip Sousa Award?
yes.
No way.
No.
I just
I
remember
know
that from
someone
high
who
school.
did, though.
Yeah, I did. I did remember it from high school. Somebody in our band was
That's a real thing.
and he was, like you. He played several instruments,
Mhm.
throughout time, but yeah, he won it for the saxophone, I think. Anyway,
Did he play
it's a weird
Careless
question
Whisper
to
on it?
ask, and that's why I ask those things. But I think you have to be from a small town to know what that is.
Right. What is your
Right.
before Sin City Escape? What were you doing?
Excuse me.
A bunch of different stuff.
Oh,
So
give us a little.
before that, I was in Throw the Fight for a while. And then before like Addison and Mike came
Not
along,
firefight.
we had a band, me, Sam, and Kyle, drummer and other guitarist. What we tried to get off the ground that was called Forever Ends. That never really went anywhere. We just could never find a singer, so
Right.
you can only go so long without a vocalist.
Right.
Unless you're Yngwie Malmsteen.
Before that, I was in a band called Saving One.
Okay.
That was a long time ago. I was the lead singer for that band.
You were the singer.
hmm
Hmm.
Yeah.
Wish I
And
could sing.
Do you have any clips that we can?
yeah,
listen
you can
to?
pull up some old stuff. It's like Saving One, A Distance Apart. You can pull that up.
On
Should we
YouTube?
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Let me do this. No
Nice
more
little
exploding big.
homemade live video.
All right, what am I looking up?
Saving one.
Saving One, A Distance Apart. The production is.
Dollar bills.
We did it ourselves. We were still learning, so.
It's all right. We all have
Yeah, this is probably 10 years
a
old.
distance apart.
Mhm.
Fish. It's
Yep.
a fish, dude.
Or Right From Wrong's a good song too.
Where should I go? Like
That one. Right From Wrong. Do that one.
Let's
Is
do.
that station 4?
I think it is.
Sorry, hold on.
2009. Wow. A little baby face.
I like the opening creds.
Yeah, and then I was in a cover band with my dad for a number of years.
Really?
Yep. I haven't heard this song in a while.
Wow.
Well, that's what we're here for, Brooks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Bringing up
So
the memories.
Bringing the memories.
Back to my
Someday
glory days.
I don't think we're allowed to stream the actual image and everything from YouTube, are we? Like, you put it in one of the squares that once we have 4
Eventually.
spots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can for a
I don't-
little bit, depending on what the content is, and they're not going to pull it because he's the one that it's his content. So it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
So this one's fine.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, this isn't copyrighted.
No.
somebody's gonna steal your song, dude. Don't tell them that.
Where was it? Is this at the Fine Line?
Station 4.
I think it's
talking,
Station
I'm
4.
sorry.
It might be the Caboose. I don't remember.
I'm trying to read and see him.
Is this?
Oh,
it looks
Rico
like
did this,
it's
huh?
outside.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I've known Rico. So Rico.
I don't
and
know him, but I know he was doing after the burial shit too. And
Yeah.
stuff.
Now
So
I'm
And then he
trying
did
to figure
your
out where it
he
is.
did your latest video,
Yep.
right? For
Yep.
Ghost Inside.
Ghost Inside, yeah. So I've known Rico for years. So this is when Rico first started doing videos, and he's come a long way. So is the production of the stuff that I've been a part of, and it's kind of cool to see, how that all plays out.
Sorry, I brought
How
it
long
down
did that
just a
band
second.
last for?
Saving One.
Good.
Yeah.
It was a good run. I think we were together 5-6 years.
Really?
Oh, wow.
So we had a couple records. We had we played Warp Tour. We played Taste of Chaos. So we did some cool things.
That's cool.
Warp Tour would be fun.
What was the demise?
Warp Tour was awful.
Was it?
Yeah,
Why?
because A Day to Remember's set started 10 minutes after ours, and their PA was much louder.
Yep.
So we're literally playing on the Ernie Ball stage, facing the porta potties, and so we're playing in front of like 6 people at like 11 o'clock in the morning, and I'm singing up front. I can hear da 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 from A Day to Remember. I can hear that song playing over top of our monitors. It was so loud. And I literally look over and I see thousands of people watching him. And the only people that are walking by us are the people that had to like take a shit. So it was bittersweet.
You got to earn your dues somewhere.
Yeah,
you know?
it was cool that we were even invited, but I mean,
you were just invited for the day because of the location.
Yep,
that's good though. I mean, you got to do those.
I remember I went to after the Burial Warp tour a couple of years ago. Oh, it had to have been 4 or 5 years ago, and I think Lost in Prague was playing there for that day too. And I went to visit those guys. Remember that band?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it became New Medicine, right?
No.
Or that was the first
Legend
song.
Untold. They tried to do for a little bit. Jeremy Turek was a drummer. Yeah, but no, not New Medicine. New Medicine, the guy that was in that, I think is in that Late Night Fights guy.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
Guanzin. That's what he used to be, the drummer for New Medicine, and now he's the singer, guitar player for Late Night Fights now. If I'm correct.
Okay.
I think I'm pretty quick on it. This isn't
we're gonna go.
This isn't a pole barn situation.
We've decided that we have to fact check here.
Ryan Guanzin is he's the singer for Late Night Fights.
I've heard of Guans before.
Yeah,
you must know those guys like Mike and them.
Well, he's friends with Fluff.
Okay,
Fluff.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yep,
must be where I heard his name before.
Yeah, those two are pretty tight.
It's a unique.
He does
name.
a lot of stuff for Late Night Fights. So
cool.
Yeah.
What? Well, you know what? I think I got to do Facebook birthdays.
What does that mean?
So, in our lives, we can decide to wish people happy birthdays on Facebook or not. And generally, I do not wish people happy birthdays on Facebook anymore. And then I get like, when it's my birthday, I feel guilty because there's like 120 people send me happy birthdays.
Yeah. And
then so for like a week, I'm trying to like thank everybody by like every birthday for the next week or two. I'm like, oh man, happy birthday, because I remember how good it felt. And that doesn't last very long. Yeah, that doesn't last very long. So what I decided to do now instead is wish these Facebook friends of mine happy birthdays from the last 2 months.
I can see the list.
You guys want to take a nap real quick?
Okay. So happy birthday, Dan Pulse. I mean, that might have been 3 months ago. Matt Gunvalson, who is my cousin, one of my faves. Deb Fern, Jesse Cohn, Dan Hunzel. This is gonna take a while. Marty Stika, Alyssa Agen. That's, I think, how she pronounces her new last name. Emily Fredenberg, Wildman, Josh Bergstrom, Abe Bloom, and Angie Fredenberg Musel. Mike Dragon, Mike Vlasic, Joel Slater, Shannon Fierst, Nick Luna, you know him.
Yep.
Crystal Perrin, Jake Hovden, Keegan Olson, Rose Ingebrigtsen. Happy birthday, Mom. Pete Maloney.
I hope you fucking called her.
Mark, of course I did.
Okay.
Everybody at work. Hold on, I'll tell you in a second. I'm almost done. Pete Maloney, Mark Jackson, Joni Stouty, Steve Euchre,
Yep.
Steve Smelly Euchre, Tracy Hartman, Scott Jones, Chris Thorpe, and Carrie Packle. Happy birthday today to the last two. My mom's birthday. I'm like, oh, fuck, I forgot to call my mom for her birthday. I'm at work. It's like 8 p.m. I'm in the control room.
He works a second shift job.
Yeah, and I'm in the control room at my job, and a few of my coworkers are there. Yeah, I think I was working on the schedule or something. And I'm like, oh, I gotta call my mom for her birthday. So I start dialing, and my friend Heather at work is like, oh, let's sing her happy birthday. So like 5 people in the control room, she answers. I put it on speakerphone, and like 5 people in the control room sang her happy birthday. She's like, oh my god! I was like, okay, I owe you guys pizza. That was great.
That's sweet of you.
But everybody, that's how much you mean to me. I'm saying your names on my podcast.
See, I thought you were going to send him Facebook messages, and then you named off a couple names, and you just kind of kept going. I was like, oh, he's doing this now.
That's kind of the, like, funny / awkward and weird. That's why I decided to do it. Feel free if you guys want to peel out your phones and look at the birthdays for the last couple months. You know,
that's not a time waster.
You
guys celebrate any birthdays coming up?
No.
Did you guys already have yours?
No. Mine was February.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah, my wife, mine, and my kids are all in the same like 20 days, so it's
convenient.
Yeah,
That's
You can
badass.
like go shopping one time. You're like, yeah,
it's all around Christmas too. So
Same 20 days and same month. Are they all December?
me and my wife are 5 days apart in December, and then our kid was born the 23rd of January.
Oh, that's
Nice.
one of my good buddies. Oh no, January. I thought you were gonna say December.
January.
January. So your kid's an Aquarius like me then. That's cool.
What? My kid?
No, his kid.
No, his kid.
Mhm.
Are we
Don't
asking me?
look at him and talk to him. That's very confusing.
Especially for me because I am dumb.
Brooks,
I was
does
like,
this
"What
turn-
is going
Brooks,
on right
does this
now?"
turn you on?
Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Look at me. Oh my god! Wow, that's great. Does this
Yes,
turn
sir.
you on? I'd fuck me.
No eye contact.
Is that where you tuck your ball sack back? and do
Please look at this pendulum.
it? Not weird at all. Addison's
me
butt
swear.
cheeks are like reaching up right
Puckering.
Why are you talking about his butt cheeks now? What's going
now.
on?
Because you're sitting next to him, you're making him feel uncomfortable.
He looks
Sorry,
uncomfortable.
Addison. Don't worry. I'm gonna get you. Don't close your eyes. Move fast.
So you just have the
Sorry.
one video for Ghost Inside right now, or is there another video? You just have that out right now.
We have a live video for the song "Weight of the World" that
Okay.
we haven't released yet. We're
We
just,
also just had the animated video.
yeah, we have an animated. We had some super
Oh, I saw.
fans.
I actually saw the little
saw that.
figures with
Yeah.
you guys for that. Yeah.
So we had some good fans from Tennessee that decided to make us an animated music video.
That
It took
was
them like a
pretty-
year to make it, and it's
That's insane.
all
Yeah, like,
animated
they've-
versions of us. And
That's how you know that people like what you're doing. I think.
They flew in from Tennessee for our CD release show as well.
yeah, they did.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they really did. They flew in and like they got zero sleep and like literally got on a plane after the show at like 4 a.m. and like
Mhm.
I
went,
apologize.
like, 2 days
I
without
wasn't able to
sleeping.
go to that show. I had promised some friends
When was that?
that were playing Everybody's Bar that I
December.
would go to that one too. So that was happening at the same time. That was at the Coliseum again, right?
Yep.
Yep.
December 9th.
Yep.
yeah, so it's
I
kind
wanted
of cool
to
to
show
see
you guys
animated
something.
versions of
I'm
yourself. I think they
Is
did
it
a
on
really
YouTube?
good job of like the stereo, like what I would look like stereotypically as a cartoon, and like what Addison would look like. I'm just a bald guy with a beard, and
Is that released?
yeah, it's on
Okay.
Facebook.
Okay, I haven't seen that yet.
Have you put it on YouTube yet?
No, we should though.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Please do.
Please do.
We will, yeah, for sure.
So I was watching. I want to see if you guys are as shocked as I was. I was watching this show called Seth Rogen Hilarity for Charity on Netflix. Did anybody see that yet?
Oh, I know what you're
I've heard of
talking
it.
about.
It's like a
Yeah.
it's a benefit basically that he's doing live, and then he has people on, and the Muppets were on it and stuff. I thought that was pretty fun. But then he had one of the guys from Rick and Morty do a cartoon.
Oh God, I love Rick and Morty.
And I don't think this short clip has the whole thing, and I think it's got just the nasty part. But they start out just talking, and then they're like going to present this clip, these two characters, and then it breaks to this, and they're like, "Oh no, that's not.
See it?
That's not what we were."
All the way back from 1998. Roll the
Okay, hold on. So this is them presenting the clip, right? These
What's
two.
that bump in the? Is that like a one boob thing going on? What it's? Oh no,
No,
that's the letter C.
and
Sorry.
then I. And so their names
that's
are.
what I thought
I thought it was
too.
a boob. I'm like, why is there?
He's got a nipple ring.
Yeah.
No, it's their names are something starts with a C and something starts with an
Yeah,
I.
Like Terrence and Phillips.
Terrence and Phillips.
Yeah.
Oh, pull my finger. Ha ha ha.
So they basically are like, "Hey, we want to present you this video," and then this video shows up, and then afterwards they're like, "We don't. That wasn't us. We don't know what's going on." So it's pretty funny. Let's watch
All
this.
the way back from 1998. Roll the clip.
Good voices.
Cher and Itty.
Yeah.
What the?
Yeah, Eddie. Bet you never thought your brother could do this. Bet you never thought your big brother could do this before. Oh, show him what
Are you
animal
kidding
are.
me?
So fucked up.
What the?
Oh my god!
Oh, Eddie. Oh.
Oh my God.
People are watching that live.
All the way back from 1998. Roll the
I'm
clip.
sorry, I gotta minimize this and turn it down.
Oh.
That's unreal.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
But you never knew your little brother could do this.
Your brother could do this. Bet you never thought your big brother
God.
could do this before. Oh, show him what
That's
show him
unreal.
What animal you are.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Is this what your video is like? Your animated video?
No, it's not even close to that awesome. A little bit traumatized.
So imagine you're sitting at this benefit, and afterwards it goes to them. Oh, this must be the whole thing. We won't play. We won't play it here. But I'll play it for you later. The whole one. Because afterwards they're like, that wasn't necessarily us. We don't know where that video came from. That's obviously the wrong video. And they're like, it's so funny.
That's crazy.
Can you imagine being in the audience though, and all of a sudden that's on the big screen? You're like, I'm here for a charity event.
Yeah.
It's so fucked up.
Wow.
But he had like Sacha Baron Cohen on there, which wasn't that.
Well, that's like a Sacha Baron Cohen kind of deal.
But that was the guy. One of the guys from Rick and Morty did that.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like that animation.
Show what you're made of, Itty. It was Cher and Itty were their names.
Wow. Well, the viewers couldn't see that, but that was pretty fucking crazy.
So I guess we should explain, right?
No.
Leave it to the
Maybe I'll
imagination.
leave a link in the description to it.
There you go.
But
Okay.
I don't think we should describe it.
Holy fuck, that was good.
We should start wrapping this up, and
You think so?
I think we should.
Like that?
I think we should give these guys their plug. And
Yeah.
if you guys want to talk about that, let's do that right now.
Why don't you guys take the floor?
What do they
Let us
need
know
to do
what
to
expect in the next couple months?
Yeah. Give it to us.
I should have made you write it down. I'm sorry.
Giggity.
Talk about the show.
Show at the Caboose with Eon. You fart?
No, I did not.
Oh.
Did you burp?
Eon, Anti-Star, and Divide the Fall.
What day?
May 19th.
Okay.
That's Saturday.
All right, what time?
What time do shows normally start? 7?
Yeah.
We'll go with that. 7.
7 o'clock on a Saturday.
Yeah.
I would imagine doors are
That's probably when doors are.
doors
is
are 7, music at 8.
Something
right?
like that. Yeah. Find us on Facebook, website firefight.online. Same with Twitter and Facebook. It's Firefight Online.
Yeah, all the medias are Firefight Online.
Yep.
Okay. And you have like Instagram or Twits or any of
We have
that?
Twitter. I don't think
Yeah.
we don't have Instagram,
Yeah.
do we?
Yeah, we do.
Do we?
Well,
Uh-huh.
No. I don't use their Instagram
Right.
personally,
Big
so
things are
I don't know.
firefightonline.com. That's their own website. Facebook.com/firefightonline. That's where you find them on there too. What are you doing?
Taking a selfie right now.
Selfie.
Oh,
Selfers.
Also check out their they have a music video called "The Ghost Inside," which they released a month or 2 ago, 2 months ago.
Good.
Right?
I like it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. It was done by Rico Romaine. He was the one that filmed that and
Yep.
did he edit it and all that stuff
Yep,
for
he
you?
did all of it.
Yep.
So that's cool. Yeah. Make sure you guys go check out their show at the Caboose Saturday, May 19th. Doors at 7 o'clock. Great bands.
Play what song is on the jukebox?
All of
Take
all
the
of
touch.
them.
Oh yeah, make sure.
the whole album. That's
The whole
right.
album's on there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Transition
Yep.
or transition
Transitions.
with an S. All right.
Yeah,
Yep.
plural,
Right on.
not pole barn.
Yeah, I think check it out. I'm amazed you really came out with a good push, and I think a lot of people have noticed.
Yep.
A lot of talk. I think that show, if people, I mentioned on my.
If Kyle Glidden didn't get a hold of you yet, he will soon.
I talk to him every day.
That's cool. That's right. Thanks, Glidden. Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I think for the music people that are going to be there, I think if you haven't gone to a show in a while, you want to have a good time. There's a lot
and
of
it's at the
a lot of-
Caboose. How can you not go wrong with
a lot of
fucking
fun
Caboose,
people are
man?
gonna
Yeah, it's a
be
fun
there.
place.
It's
Yeah.
a great time.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
excited. Thanks you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on.
Absolutely.
Appreciate
so
it.
much for
Hope
being
you guys
on.
had
Thank you.
fun.
Double sweet weekend, anchors. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we got you in finally.
On behalf of Firefight and our sponsors, Rap Snacks, we're out of here.
All right. Thanks you guys. Appreciate it.
Barbecuing with the honey.
And we're out.
Cool.
Okay, so leave your headphones on. Here's the whole explanation, I think, which makes it even